I see the shield, but where's the lantern? Hey guys, Kakarot197 again. This time with a review of the high-grade Heindree provided to me by my favorite online hobby store, Hobbyling Japan. Links to buy one down below. And if you're a fan of the unique design of this mobile suit and its weapons, I don't think there's going to be a lot to stop you from doing just that. In terms of looks, it has just about everything you'd expect from a Witch from Mercury kit. The seam lines are mostly hidden, it's got some really nice extra details, especially on the shoulders, and overall, the color accuracy is pretty good too. Meaning that we only need a bit of paint and a small sticker sheet to get this thing looking as it should. We've got 3 light grey ones for the chest, 1 light grey one for the antenna, which isn't the greatest at wrapping around it, 4 metallic purple ones for the shoulders, and unlike all other Witch from Mercury kits, these are not covered by clear plastic. Then we've got a metallic pink one for the back camera and a purple and pink one for the main camera. However, there is one thing that I don't like about this one. Behind the detailed sticker, it's just a flat, undetailed surface. As for what you still have to paint then, black for the mini details on this thing and the indentations on the front skirt. So yeah, straight out of the box, all that you really need to do to make this thing pop is use a black Gundam marker to take care of those panel lines and those small details. And you know what's also fantastic? The very unique accessories that this thing comes with. First up, we have the lantern shield, which I at first thought was completely made up because I had never seen anything like it. It's a shield, but with an electromagnetic lens that can rotate around to thrust at enemies, and it also has a built-in handgun that serves as the handle of the entire setup. But a quick Google search later, I found out that lantern shields were actually real, and they did kinda resemble this thing used by the Heindree. The big difference though is that these shields did come with lanterns because it's believed they were used to patrol the Italian city streets at night. And it turns out that lantern pistols also became a thing later on. You'll learn something new every day. And for the other arm then, we get a more traditional shield with a more traditional name. The round shield. And this is another Witch from Mercury kit with a very well articulated shield. It might not come with a handle, but the 2 hinges in combination with a swivel joint work even better. So I'm definitely a happy camper with this setup. And with that, it is already time to have a look at the articulation of this thing. The head is on the usual double ball joint for some nice up and down and rotation. The shoulders are on a double ball joint for some nice forwards, backwards, and upwards movement. The arms themselves then will go up very nicely as well, with the shoulder armor also being able to go up on a little hinge joint, allowing the arms to go even further upwards. So despite the shoulders being pretty big and chunky, they do not get in the way whatsoever. The arms will then rotate around below the shoulder, bend to the elbow on only a single joint for the usual slightly more than 90 degrees bend, and the hands are as always on ball joints, will wiggle around, turn around, and do everything a ball joint does. Then we get another ball joint inside of the waist, which is also on its own swivel joint, so we get some nice forwards and backwards, side to side, and rotation movement out of it. The front and the back skirt then don't move at all, but that's not something the legs really care about because as you can see they go forwards no problem, and then backwards technically speaking only this far, but thanks to their very good sideways movement, they can, should you want to, also go all the way back just like that. And then talking about that sideways movement, well, they can go all the way up like that as well. Then they'll rotate around, bend at the knee on only a single joint, but as always, it's not the worst thing around. And then the feet have some really cool articulation as well. We have a ball joint taking care of the forwards and backwards and rotation. And then for the sideways movement, we have a tiny little peg that allows the feet to go in all the way and out all the way. So yeah, that can definitely give you some very dynamic poses. And then finally on the backpack, all 3 pods are on a little ball joint. So when it comes to the articulation, the Heindree is able to really strut its stuff, even without the need for an action base. And even though the feet don't look all that stable, I didn't notice any particular balance issues either, meaning that you can really go crazy with this thing. So as always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? Definitely. The Heindree is a unique offering that will definitely stand out in your collection with its design and its very interesting main weapon. But in addition to its nice and detailed design, it is also just a solid model kit. The only reason that I can give you not to buy this is the upcoming Heindree Sturm. For the same price, it'll come with slightly more stuff, and that stuff is also more conventional, like a regular beam rifle and a back-mounted beam rifle instead of the lantern shield. I'm not sure how I feel about that butt booster though. So then, for the size comparisons, first of all, here it is next to the 2 other main machines used at Articulation. The very dopey looking Demi-Trainer, but still the #1 choice for many students, and the very chonky Delonza. Love it or hate it. Next up, we have the other more serious production machine, the Zawart, and another serious machine, the beguir-pente. And then finally, here it is next to the standard sized Gym Custom and the always bulky Zaku 3. And yeah, despite its relatively bulky shoulders, it's still nowhere near the Zaku 3. And that has been all for this review of Witch from Mercury's Lancer. Again, links to buy your own down below. As always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great day, and I'll see you all next time.